We are live, live, live. Hello, boys and girls in video land. Oh, there's Dawn. Let me add Dawn to the stream. Can you hear me, Dawn?
I can. Let me just do something here.
All right, we're live. I'll stall.
We are live. We are live.
So,
you know what?
we've done a lot of stuff before, but have we done a StreamYard before?
We have not done this before.
So this is fun. It's great.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome. Our names are there. It's so official. So yeah, here we are on Facebook Live. And I was excited about this because you told me, and I know we talked about this a long time ago at Book Yourself Solid, but you talked about the 4 daily things that you do. Oops.
Here's an wonderful. Yeah, here's an example of what we hear all the time.
Yeah.
I just got off the phone with one of our mastermind clients, and she said, Dawn, I need a strategy. I don't know where to start. And I said, tell me more. And she said, I have thousands of contacts.
Wow.
Thousands. And I don't know what to say to them. And I don't know where to begin in terms of organizing them. And I said, slow down. Less is more. Less is more. And she said, what do you mean by that? And I said, when you identify a subset of 90 VIPs and you go deep with them, statistics show us that 80% of when you do outreach over 12 times to a specific subset of people, that 80% of all sales come from outreach of 12 times or more. So what that means is 80% of those 100 VIPs that you identify will become ambassadors for your business. Now, let's say just 10% of those ambassadors send a client your way. If you're in real estate, that's 8 deals at an average commission of $25,000 a deal. That's an extra $200,000 a year you can be putting in your pocket. Whoa. So less is more. Remember the story about in Think and Grow Rich. We don't want to be drilling 100 1-foot wells. We want to drill one 100-foot well.
Right.
So this process that you and I are going to introduce right now is going to help people get off the crazy track of, oh my God, I got to be communicating with 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 people. And instead identify people who are their VIPs. So let's get started. And I'm going to pull this up on my little pad right here.
Okay.
So I have it in front of me too. When you looked at this today, and I know you've been working from this, but I just edited this and I gave you this new version. What were your thoughts around this?
This, it's like, wow, just 4 things. I don't have to do 80 things before 10 o'clock in the morning. So I think it's good. And these morning rituals or morning habits are really important.
Yeah. So the 4 daily activities that you'll complete by 10 a.m., just going and taking a look at this document that we are giving all of you for free here. We're going to give you the link in this video so you will have this and you can start working this strategy right away. The reason why this works is because you're aligning with your burning desire and what you'll do in exchange for it. And you're following a process that is market tested and is proven to be successful. And the process is, number one, first, aggregate your contacts, aggregate your contacts.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be so daunting. You could just look at your cell phone and get a sense of, okay, who are the people who I'm regularly texting? Take a look at your emails. Who are the people who I've been regularly emailing? Take a look at your Facebook. Who's commenting on your post? Who's liking your post?
Right.
At a minimum, do you think you could come up with 90 people, Lou?
Absolutely. I mean, the problem, I was daunted by the fact, like, oh my God, I've got 5,000 people on LinkedIn. How do I narrow it down? But if you look at those who's engaging, who's watching your Facebook Lives, who's commenting on your posts, then, that's a good place to start.
Yeah, because these people have already raised their hand and they've
Mhm.
said, I find you to be interesting and I want to continue to build a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Right?
So
So we want to highlight those 90 people.
yeah.
And we want to highlight people who energize and inspire us, because if these people are people who you think about them and you get a pit in your stomach,
hmm
why bother to fan the fires of growing a relationship with them?
Right. And these people don't necessarily have to be prospects. They can be colleagues and other people that can help you or work with you or collaborate, or should they all be potential clients?
These should, I don't use the word should, these can be people, as I said, they must inspire you, energize you. These are going to be people who refer you to others,
Mhm.
that can become alliance partners with you,
Okay.
just as you and I are alliance partners. You're
Right.
on my VIP list. Well,
Mhm.
you're in my inner circle at this point. But before we decided to work together as we are right now,
Mhm.
we were alliance partners. So
Yep.
you shared me with your network and I'm sharing you with my network. So that can be a definition of someone on this list. Is some people on this list can be people who have referred you clients in the past. Certainly these can be people who you've done business with previously. These can be people who you'd like to do business with, who maybe have been opening up your emails, have been commenting on your posts. So at a minimum,
Yeah.
identify 90 of these people.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, for added benefit, we want for you to think about 20 influential people that you do not know yet, that if you did know them, it would be a good thing, that new networks would be opened up to you. So can you think of one person like that for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Who
And
would
it
that
might be somebody like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to, Mari Smith for years. Will she remember me, or this or that, whoever it is.
So that can be an influential person. And we have a different way of reaching out to them. With that said, we want influential people in our
Mhm.
court that can open, the floodgate to a new stream of prospects.
Mhm.
So that's something that we always want happening, because those 90 people that you identify, some will fall off of your list.
Yeah.
So we always want to be fishing in fresh waters,
Mhm.
right? And that's
Yep.
what we do with our networking. That's what we do with our outreach to people we do not know yet.
Okay.
So are you ready to start looking at what we are going to do every day?
Yes. So you've got your 90 and you've got your 20.
You got your 90 and you have your 20. And inside this guide,
Mhm.
we will give you worksheets so you can just write their names in the worksheet. It's
All right,
inside
okay.
this guide.
Page
Yeah.
here.
But so let's start with once we identify your 90 and low tech,
Yeah.
write their names down. Then you can research them, find their email address, find their telephone number. But let's start low tech.
Yeah.
So once we have our 90,
Mhm.
before we go into these three activities,
Yeah.
what I want to share, the best way to tee these people up,
Mhm.
like tee up a golf ball, is to pick up the phone and do an icebreaker conversation. Lead an icebreaker conversation. Because it would be weird if I haven't spoken to somebody in a while. It would be weird if I put them on my VIP list and then just started introducing them to people or sharing articles. I would be like, wait,
Yeah.
this feels inauthentic to me. So here's what I have my clients doing, and we create a script. You and I have clients and we have them doing this. We create a script that sounds like this. And this comes from, we've studied many scripts for opening conversations. And this is one of the most effective ways to open up a conversation. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Lou, Dawn here. I know you weren't expecting my call. But do you have 2 minutes? Because I have something really exciting to share with you.
Yeah, sure.
You have a couple of minutes? Cool. Well, here's the thing, Lou. I am making a conscious effort to get to know a small subset of people deeper, in a deeper way, and also to collaborate with people who I really think a lot of. And you're one of the people that I really deeply I have such deep gratitude for, and I'd really like to do more with.
Cool. Yeah. Good to hear
Yeah.
from you. What do you have in mind?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I am going to, keep in touch with you. I want for you to reach out to me if you need anything from me. But at a minimum, I just want to make sure I have all the right contact information for you. So as I do free sessions, as new people come into my network that I think would be a great match for you, I just want to make sure I'm sending them to the right place. So can we just go through and make sure, here's the correct email I have for you, here's the correct telephone. Is this still your direct number? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Your mailing address, because from time to time I get an opportunity to mail things to you. Wonderful. So thanks for all that information. Before I hang up, what's going on with you? How can I help you right now? Is there anybody I can connect you with, or any information I can connect you with right now?
Cool. Then I would say,
You would say what it is.
Yeah. Can you reintroduce me to so-and-so?
And somebody just said, can I make this an email or a voicemail?
Right.
And my answer is no.
Oh, I don't like the phone.
Because, the old-fashioned way of doing things, it's coming back and it's picking up the phone.
Yeah.
So Liz is saying, do people still call? I'm saying, start calling people, because you will be amazed. You'll be amazed at how people will be picking up your phone and wanting to speak with you. If you leave a voicemail, this is what you say. It's called a message of mystery.
Ooh.
And this is what you say. Hey, Lou, Dawn here. It is, 2:12. I'm going to be in my office until 3:00. I'd really love for you to get back to me. I have something really exciting I want to share with you. Here's my number. Again, I'm going to be here until 3. Boom.
Cool. Yeah.
What do people, when they usually leave voicemails, what do they usually say?
They just say, hey, it's Lou. Call me back when you have a chance.
Or, hey, it's Lou. Or, hey, this is Jane from Sotheby's Real Estate. Already you've turned me off because I think you want to sell me something, right? So that's what we want to do. So every single person on that list, and if you work 20 days out of the month, that means you can call you can call 3 to 4 people a day and have that call your first month. So this person who said to me, oh, I'm overwhelmed, I have thousands of people on my list, this video I'm going to send to you because I know we're recording this, correct? And the first thing you're going to do is say, for the next 30 days, I'm going to allot 4 out of those 90 people over each of those 20 days that I'm going to work, and I'm going to pick up the phone and I am going to call them. And if I can't get through to them, I'm going to leave them a voicemail. That is that message of mystery. And guess what, people? If they don't call you back, they shouldn't be on your VIP list.
Right.
Yeah. They shouldn't be on your list.
If they blow you off, why do you want to be in touch with them?
Then you know what? Find somebody else to replace them with, right? Okay. Anything that you want to say about
Liz wants to know, how do you get their phone numbers? I mean, these are people that you already have some kind of relationship with, right?
So if they're on your VIP list, you should have their phone number.
Yeah.
And if they're entrepreneurs, Google them. If they're real estate agents, every real estate agent in the world has their phone number on their website, right? So if they're a VIP of yours, these are people that it wouldn't, like Matthew or Kimberly says, it wouldn't be weird for you to call them up and say, hey, let's meet for a cup of coffee, or hey, let's have a virtual cup of coffee. Yeah. So we're talking about 90 people who you've either done business with previously, who have referred you business, who, you have their business card. These are not people who are aspirational.
Right. So Rosie, hello, Rosie. these are people whose phone numbers you would probably have. Or could
You have already. You have their phone numbers already. And if you don't, they're on some business. Tell me, when people give you a business card, are there telephone numbers on their business card?
Yeah.
If you're an entrepreneur, you should have a stack of business cards in a bag somewhere that you've collected over the past couple of years. I know I have those cards.
Mhm.
Now's the time to blow the dust off of them and start working them. And their telephone, like, these are, God love all you people that are like, I don't have the phone numbers. If you don't have their phone number, they shouldn't be on this list.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I can't believe that if you're an entrepreneur that you don't have at least 90 people who you have their phone number.
Yes.
Great place to start. Great place to start.
As I, have disdain for the phone, it's like, all right, it's got to be done. And then once you've talked to them and you've reestablished that relationship,
then every single month, you're going to either share what you know,
mm-hmm.
share who you know, or share how you feel about them. So that's 1 month a quarter that you will either, number one, and in this guide, we show you what to do. You're
mm-hmm.
going to share what we call an aligned article.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think these people were worried about the phone numbers because they're getting up in their head, oh my God, these are people I have to sell to.
Right.
I want to reiterate that these 90 people can be people who will be your next client, or they may be people who share your target market, like Lou and I.
Mm-hmm.
They may be people who have referred you in the past. So I want you to think bigger than whether or not these people can be someone I could sell something to right away.
Yeah. Perfect. And then, so you can share an article.
So let's talk about what that means. Share an article means, I know what you enjoy. I have a form that's in our, client forum that I call the VIP profile. Mm-hmm. And you fill out this 2-sheet form and you're writing in what their kids' names are, what the charities are that they contribute to, where you met them, what their interests are. And if you don't know the answer to some of those questions, Google these people. There's
right.
never been a better time to stalk people than today.
Like, I know that Rosie and I share a love for pugs. She has Rock. I have Rocco. And Liz, God rest sassy soul, had a pug as well. So we're all pug people. That's something we have in common, right?
Yeah. So let's say that Liz and Rosie are on your list. You can share an article with each of those VIP contacts saying, hey, Liz, hey, Rosie, I thought of you today when I came across this article about how pug owners are funnier than most other people.
That's for sure.
And, whatever it is. And I thought you'd enjoy this article and, feel a little bit more confident that you're a whole lot more interesting than most people in the world are. So again, just thinking of you today, have a great day. And that's it.
Yep. Right.
You're not shaking them down for business. You're just loving on them. We want to love on these people once a month.
Right.
And because remember, in Michael Gerber's E-Myth, he says that when we touch people individually from 10 to 12 times, 80% of those people will deem us their go-to fill in the blank, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who else would love such a ridiculous dog? That's so cute. Oh my gosh, my husband's granddaughter is dreaming of a pug. She gets a black pug she wants to name the black pug. When it's called Ralph, Doug the pug, I think.
She wants to name it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Frank, and she wants to name the other one Frank. I don't know, whatever. So here's activity number 2. So let's say 1 month you send somebody an article. The second month you're going to, so great example. Liz doesn't know Rosie. You could say, Liz meet Rosie, Rosie meet Liz. I thought it would be great to introduce the both of you because you are both pug enthusiasts. Here's a little bit about Liz and her business. Here's a little bit about Rosie and her business. And at a minimum, connect. If you don't connect, it's okay. I just wanted to introduce the both of you because I thought you would hit it off.
Right.
And this is the way to give referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Lou, have you ever had somebody give you a referral and they say, oh, I told this person about you? What usually winds up happening?
Not unless they say, I thought of Lou because I know you were talking about video and I know Lou does video, so maybe you guys can, it's got to be specific and relevant.
And what's great about introducing people to someone new is they're going to start introducing you to people in their network that can benefit you. So you're training these people to send leads your way without shaking them and saying, I need a lead.
Right.
Right? Feel so much better. This is the go-giver way of doing this.
Absolutely.
I love all of this.
Yeah.
This comes directly from Book Yourself Solid.
That's right. Which we're doing our full day workshop on Saturday. That's why I put the link below, which is free.
Which is free. You'd be crazy not to spend the day with us.
Virtually, yes. So the next way is what? Show you care.
Show you care. You know, the handwritten notes, the gifts.
Yeah.
It's a lost art. So break that pattern and even set aside some time a week. Let's say you have 5 people. Let's say you're doing outreach each week. If I'm outreaching, let's say I know that I'm doing outreach to 22 people this week. And maybe 6 or 7 of those people I intend to send a handwritten note to. A portion of them I'm going to introduce to someone else, and a portion of them I'm sending an article to. You could sit down 30 minutes on a Sunday and write out your 7 notes. Put that on your calendar. You know, we help people with time management. And in that handwritten note, you can just say, you know, Joni, I'm sitting here in La Jolla soaking up the sun, and I remember that time we had lunch a few months back, and we couldn't stop laughing, you know, at the guy that tripped on this, whatever, you know, remembering. People will say to me, oh my gosh, Dawn, I can't believe what you remember about, you know, the times that we've spent together, or, you know, the name of my husband, or what type of wine I like to drink. Be a sponge for those details, because when you say those back to a person, you're going to excite and delight them.
Liz, be careful what you wish for. I'm going to send you a black pug. His name's
Raisin. Oh, cool. Liz is excited for Saturday. You know what? I love doing these intensives because I feel like they're so value-based. A lot of people will say, oh, I can't imagine giving up a whole day. It goes by like this. And the thing that you fretted about, oh my gosh, it's a whole day, is the thing that you're going to love about it, because instead of wishing and hoping that you can get through this material, you're going to be with 2 people who will program your DNA with this material. That's the expertise that we have. We will be subconsciously programming your DNA with this material. We will be hypnotizing you.
Well, when I did Book Yourself Solid, I think it was 8 or 12 weeks. I can't remember. We're going to condense it all into one cool day.
Yeah, and you're going to walk away with actionable strategies and specific things you can do each week to go from that person that I described to you who said, I don't know where to get organized. I don't know where to start to get organized, to I have 90 people in my back pocket who I show on a monthly basis how much I care about them. And statistics tell me that 80% of them will deem me their go-to professional within my professional category.
Oh, wow.
I'll be their go-to real estate agent. I'll be their go-to plumber. I'll be their go-to dog walker, whatever that is. And if you only get let's say just from those, even if only 10%, which I can't imagine less than 10% of them sending business your way,
Yeah.
depending on what your offer is. I mean, we have a mastermind that's $200 a month.
Mm-hmm.
If we have, out of our VIPs, if we get 10 new members, each of us, that's 20 new members to our mastermind, and just do the math on what that is on an annual basis. So it's absolutely worth you taking the time out of your day to do this. And it shouldn't be more than 30 minutes or so each day.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 activities. And then the
Speak to strangers. Oh my God, that's scary.
I say our mothers told us to do 2 things that told us not to do 2 things that are working against us as entrepreneurs. They told us, don't speak to strangers and don't talk about money. And we have to start talking about money, and we have to start speaking to strangers. So what we're going to help you do is identify a list of people that you don't know, but if you did know them, would be a great thing for you. Yeah. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a great place to start. Yeah. So Lou, like for one of my businesses, we want financial advisors to come to one of our workshops. So there are financial advisors who are here locally that I have an opportunity to use this technique with. I'm a part of the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. There are many people who I'd like to know that I haven't had a personal discussion with. So I would use this technique with the people who are members of the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. Cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes it a little less scary.
Well, here's the thing. Would you rather feed your family
or be uncomfortable
or stay uncomfortable?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Would you rather be able to not worry about where the next dollar's coming from or stay comfortable and not do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the magic happens outside of the comfort zone. And as you do this more and more and more, you're going to get more comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. It's simple as that. Your network of 90. What is the 20 called? That's like your influential.
Those are the influential people that you don't already know, that if you did know them, it would be a good thing.
Right. Okay.
So let's say my service was a dog grooming service. I would want to know somebody who is the head of a dog charity or was placing dogs. That would be a good person for me to know, right?
Yep.
If that was my business. So we help you with identifying the alliance groups that when you do create relationships with those alliance groups, you supercharge your business. And then it's wash, rinse, repeat every month. So every month we know that we outreach 90 VIPs. Don't worry about the thousands of contacts. Don't worry about all those people. Start with your 90. There are other things that we'll do with those people that we'll talk to you about in our workshop on Saturday. But if I were to give anybody advice on how to get booked solid starting today, it would be to come up with a list of people who energize and inspire you, pick up the phone, reconnect with them with that icebreaker script that we shared, and start them on the process of reaching out to them once a month.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
So simple as that.
It's as simple as that.
So you should come by Saturday and check out this one-day workshop that we're doing. Link is below. Oh, look at I got my little shadows coming in from the blinds today. And Dawn and I will be teaching Book Yourself Solid, the whole system. Dawn is an elite Book Yourself Solid certified coach. I'm just a regular Book Yourself Solid coach.
Who's been doing it for over a decade, so you know it inside and out. Yes,
I was in the first group of coaches, and Dawn is one of like 3 or 4.
I'm not sure what the number is. All I know is I've taken so many hundreds of clients through this. I've taught this to thousands in workshops.
Yep.
And the people who implement this, the statistics show, from what we do globally as a coaching team, that once implemented in their first year, they increase their earnings by 34%. And every year after that, they're growing and growing and growing.
Wow.
So if you're an entrepreneur, you must put this system in action, because the alternative is to feel overwhelmed, stressed, and not knowing where your next client's coming from.
Yeah. Liz says she's a teacher. How will Book Yourself Solid help her get students?
Great. So what type of teacher are you, and who are your students?
She does, well, I don't know if she's referring to this, but among other things, she does essential oils and aromatherapy, and, really deep and experienced in that.
Wonderful. So in Book Yourself Solid, one of the things we speak about is, and always have something to invite people to event.
Yep.
And Saturday is one of ours. So we have people coming to our event, Liz, that Lou and I have not met, because we posted our intensive on several groups that we're a part of. And people within those groups said, hey, this sounds great. So we're going to show up for Lou and Dawn's intensive. So we will show you how to create an event like that. Now, natural therapies. So you can do a virtual class around natural therapies that is complimentary. You can, when you're doing your outreach to your VIPs, you can tell them about the class, and you can invite them. And you can also give them an email that they can send on to people they know in a personalized way, and say, hey, I know that this is one of your interests, that you have a LEED certified home that you live in, and you're all about natural everything. Well, this very good friend of mine is leading this session, and I'd love for you to join me in the virtual class. I intend to take the virtual class. So that's a way of building your audience. And we're going to go through, we want these questions coming up on Saturday, because I love facilitating these. Lou is a treasure chest, has a treasure chest filled with ideas, creative ideas to build deeper relationships. Right, Lou?
Yep, that's for sure. Video email, video outreach, all kinds of cool stuff. And that's the nice thing about Book Yourself Solid, is it's still just as relevant as it was a decade ago when Michael created it. But we're always adding new things to it. Like when Book Yourself Solid first started, video wasn't as big a deal. Now it's like, okay, this is the perfect way to reach out to people, especially when we can't be together in person. So I think, like, I was on a call today and I said, social distancing doesn't really, thank you, Paul. Social distancing is a little bit of a misnomer. It's physical distancing. And Paul's doggies. I love Paul's doggies.
Paul has a technique of remembering everybody's name, don't you, Paul?
Oh, that's right.
See, that's what I remember about you. I remember when you gave that presentation. So that's what I would say to Paul if I was dropping him a line. Oh, so nice to see him. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was saying that, the whole social distancing thing is a little bit of a misnomer, because we don't have to be socially and psychologically distant, even if we have to be physically distant. I did a class today, Dawn, you know this, for a woman in Italy, and she interviewed me, and then she translated for her Italian audience. So I'm basically teaching these people in Italy my stuff, even though I don't speak Italian very well. So that was pretty cool. Oh,
Angela! Yay!
Yes, we are family now. So yes, we will see you guys on Saturday. Let me put the link down there one more time before I forget.
Paul said, yes, I do. And this is just before we go. And those of you who were with us last Saturday for Infinite Possibilities, and this is what I want for all of you to understand. When you do always have something to invite people to events, be all value. It's content, 100%. Know that we will not spend a minute talking to you about upsell, trying to, jam a program down your throat. This is when you create relationships with people, You want to be all value.
Mhm.
And then you can invite them to experience what it would be like if they were to come
Yeah.
to one of your, mastermind sessions. What do you call that when you
Audit.
take it? You can audit. Say, hey, you know what? I do this thing, and you're welcome to audit it and see if it works for you. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's fine. And I feel in today's day and age, this is so refreshing because there's so many awful entrepreneurs that are out there that all they're doing is upselling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, but this will be value, 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 and not pitching. So that's going to be a nice, refreshing thing.
The link. Please join us, Paul. I hope we get to spend the day with you. It would be awesome for you to be with us. And yeah, that's all I've got. But that was pretty significant. If all you did for the next 90 days was what Lou and I just showed you here on this call, your business would explode.
Huge. Yep. It's all about connections and engagement.
All right.
Thanks, you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. And